everybody, welcome to this episode of Chiro Chat. Pardon the pause, we were having a you first, no you first moment. We're going to talk to you guys tonight about inflammation. You may know that word and think it applies only to when you specifically injure an area and the body tries to protect and heal it. However, it is chronically a more systemic or whole body issue for a lot of people.
Part of that has to do with how we as Americans are living day to day. So it's a really big lifestyle issue. We are working jobs 50, 60 hours a week. We are stressing ourselves at home. We have kids running all over creation doing 15 million different activities. We are not eating properly, whether it be making bad choices or not eating at all.
Say hi to Bev, she's watching.
Hey Bev!
Hi Bev!
So what we want to talk to you guys about are some ways that you can help sort of decrease that level of inflammation, because the inflammation causes chronic pain. It leads to lots of those tender areas. So if we're adjusting somebody and we touch something and they come off the table, usually it's not because that area is overly injured. It's just the body is so inflamed that everything hurts.
Exactly. So people with, for example, fibromyalgia, a big problem is it is chronic inflammation, systemic, so all over the body. Mm-hmm. One of the biggest issues with inflammation is sugar. Sugar is the root of all evil. Don't get me wrong, I love my sugar, but we got to control how much of it's in our diet and where. And you'd be amazed how much sugar is in just about everything you eat, especially if you're eating ready-made foods on any kind of regular basis. Those value-sized sodas, not such a great value in the grand scheme of things.
That's right. And also processed white breads, flours, pastas, those types of things. Your body just instantly converts that into sugar, and it creates much the same effect as just eating or drinking the sugar.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. So we want to talk about a few different things, whether it be supplements or other things that you can do for your body to kind of help with that inflammation. So one thing that most people are clinically deficient in, so if you had the blood test, you would actually show up as deficient, is vitamin D. Mm-hmm. So most people think there's vitamin D. Most people think that because they spend some time in the sun on the weekends and whatnot, that they shouldn't be deficient. The problem is most of us are covering ourselves in sunscreen every time we go outside. You can't make vitamin D if it can't get through the skin. So vitamin D is huge, not only for inflammation, but also for your immune system. This is huge. It's even worse in the winter. Everybody always gets more sick in winter or sick more often. It's not because you're inside, it's because you aren't making any vitamin D at all. So if you're not supplementing, your immune system's just got no support.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Another great option, and we tell just about everybody that they need this because there's so many functions in your body that are tied to magnesium deficiency. And it's not in our food anymore. Our soil is so depleted of nutrients that even if we have the best, cleanest, most vegetable-filled diet possible, we're still not getting what we need. So magnesium lotion is just huge. A lot of people are taking magnesium supplements but may not be improving because their guts aren't absorbing it. So the lotion, it goes right into your bloodstream. It doesn't have to go through your gut and either get absorbed or not absorbed or have all sorts of weird things happen in your gut. So this is another great way to just enhance your body's ability to control inflammation as it happens.
And we've all heard that Epsom salt baths are great for fatigue and just muscle soreness. That is basically the bath without getting wet. So it's a fantastic way to accomplish that goal. Mm-hmm. Another thing is healthy supplements that help your body deal with inflammation. So this is actually called a Deflame Pack. And it has several different things. I'm going to turn the box around so you can see. We've got omega-3 fatty acids. The problem with our diets is that we don't get enough omega-3s in relation to how many omega-6s we are eating in our diet. So these are chronically low in most people. You've got ginger, another potent anti-inflammatory, and there are different things that these all do in your body, chemical reactions, to help the process of inflammation either be interrupted or help get it out of the loop that you're stuck in and finish, because an inflammatory process is actually a good thing. That's how your body heals. But if you get to here in the inflammatory process and you never come back down the other side, you're just stuck up here in this loop, this kind of stuff is what helps your body move forward with that chemical signaling and finish the process. So you've also got turmeric and rosemary. Everyone has heard about turmeric and curcumin as an anti-inflammatory. And then you also have something called whole food bioflavonoids. That again is just attaching another chemical process in order to get that body through the inflammatory stage. So things like this, easy to do. You're putting stuff in. Now let's talk about things that you can do with your body as it is. So one of the most important things you need to do is move. Most of us are sitting around, except for us because we actually walk around the table all day. You are sitting to do your job, and then you sit in the car to go home, and then you sit on the couch, and then you go to bed. No one is actually up and burning energy and moving their bodies. And all these joints stop working real well if you aren't actually moving all of them every day. So things like going for a walk. If you've got access to a pool, swimming is a fantastic way to get exercise because you get gravity off the joints and you get resistance from the water. So it's like the perfect mix. Yoga is another fantastic exercise. I love yoga.
Yoga serves two purposes.
It
Not
does.
only is it great exercise, it's really great for stress relief. And if your stress is high, your inflammation levels are going to be higher.
Exactly, because if that sympathetic system, that fight or flight system is kicked in, the parasympathetic side, which is they call it the rest and digest, you end up off kilter, and they really should be balanced, and one or the other kicking in for a short amount of time based on what your body is going through. The problem is we're all living with sympathetic way up here and parasympathetic way down here. So yoga is something that kind of helps your body balance that out.
Oh, and the other way you can help to deal with some of your stress is to really focus on having a good breathing pattern. So you want to take some time every day and just really focus on nothing but breathing. So you want to make sure that during that time, your inhale and your exhale are lasting about the same amount of time. So a lot of apps, a lot of phones have apps. The Apple Watches have an app, and it will, time your breathing, and it'll tap you when you're breathing in, and then you'll breathe out. And that is another way to sort of recenter and refocus, and make sure that you are getting enough oxygen moving through your body, and that will help the inflammation process as well.
Yeah, so there's apps that you can actually download, and I can't get it to work. I should have had that ready. But, for example, on the Apple Watch, there's a Breathe app.
I just told him that.
Told them about the swelling.
Sure did.
So if you don't have an app,
This is live.
go blank and just put yourself in a place where you're not thinking about anything but that inhale, exhale. Did you say count of 4?
I did not.
So if you don't have the app, use a count of 4.
Mhm.
Breathe in 4 count, breathe out 4 count. You'd be amazed at 60 seconds of that what it will do to your chemistry. It'll change your heart rate. It will change your oxygenation levels, blood pressure. It will change all of those things, and all you did was sit still and breathe.
Yep, very easy to do. All right, so we ran a little long today. I hope it was some good information for you, and we will see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.